What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. The channel that at this point, we just tell it like it is. I don't know what else you want from us. We're going to be honest. We're not going to BS you. We're not going to cheerlead for this team and tell you that this team is doing great and wonderful when they're flat out not doing that. We're going to give you the honest truth of how we view it from a fan perspective. And it's a realistic perspective. Let's not kid ourselves. If you want fairies and gun drops and whatever, little kitten kisses on your nose, you're not getting it from us. We're going to tell you the truth, and we're going to break it down. I don't know why I felt like I had to say that, but stick with us. We've got the news for the day. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it's Thursday, March 17th, 2022. And of course, I have your latest roundup of all things Juventus, all the news that you care about, get you in and out and about your day. Obviously, we're in a great mood. Everybody's happy. Everything's perfect following the Juventus game yesterday and the way that played out. So, of course, what we're going to say is going into this, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of your latest videos. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the latest news that we have here for the club. And I'm sure it's all rainbows and butterflies and sunshine, right? Well, Tutto Mercato Web is talking about the club not speaking after the game. Okay, I'm just going to read it. I'm going to read it. And I'm going to read it. And we're going to get it out there. And I'm not going to throw my opinion yet because I have opinions. Agnelli chose silence for the second consecutive year after the knockout. After his Juventus' resounding elimination, I said it was Tutto Mercato Web. This is coming from Tutto Mercato Web. I didn't write this. After his Juventus' resounding elimination against Villareal, Bianconeri president did not speak in front of the microphones, neither of those of television stations nor of the press at the stadium. A clear choice on the part of the club, which entrusted the main post-match declarations to Massimiliano Allegri. In addition to Agnelli, the managing director Arriva Bene and the vice president Paulo Nedved, who had also spoken in the pre-match, were also absent. As with Pirlo, a line of communication in continuity with the last year, but in clear break with the first cycle of Allegri, and in general with the less recent past. Until the elimination against Lyon, with Sarri on the bench, Agnelli had always intervened in the most complicated moments of the season. Since last year, after the elimination against Porto, with Pirlo on the bench, the change of course, the ownership does not intervene once again. So basically just coming at, Agnelli, those are the ownership, the leadership of the club, that are not just the coach and the players. What comments do they have? Why do they not? Why do they get to be, I won't say toothless, but why do they get to be scared? They get to shrivel into the corner and hide and act like nothing happened. I understand. Maybe they didn't want to go out there, and maybe they didn't want to make fools of themselves. When I say fools of themselves, they didn't want to go out there, scream and yell, and be pissy and be upset, as we fans are. But that's why we got this channel, baby. That's what we do. We complain, we're upset, and we make our voices heard. I am damn certain that Agnelli and everybody else is just as pissed as you are as a fan. Just as pissed. And they probably don't have the answers. And at this point, I don't know if they ever will have the answers. It's becoming a trend where Juve go into the Champions League, you get to the round of 16 fairly easily. Almost every time the last few seasons, it has not been a chore to get to the round of 16. But the round of 16, you get a lackluster opponent, you get a lackluster performance against that opponent, and you go home. Actually, you just stay home, because that's where you are now. You're already home anyway, but you're not going further in the Champions League. Forget it. Champions League season over. I think there's some good points, and I think it's good criticism when it comes to the ownership and some of the things they're doing or not doing in these situations. What do I make out of it long term? I don't know. We'll see if they. I think right now I don't know what else they can say. What are they going to say to quell the enraged masses, if you will? What are they going to do to make you happy? What are they going to do to make anybody else happy? They're not going to make a move. They're not going to make a move away from Allegri right now. It's not going to happen. Allegri's going to stay for another year. At this point, and I understand, people are so quick to jump on the whoever out. The sack this guy, sack that guy. I mean, at this point, I think what Juventus really needs is just some continuity, some kind of stability. Like, you've got to keep Allegri for another season. He's going to probably make Champions League again. I know we said that it could be possible and could happen that he doesn't, but I think he's going to make Champions League again. He's going to make top 4. He should. If he doesn't, then we can revisit this conversation. But I think at this point, what the club needs, one, they need better players. They need to never play Rabiot and players like that ever again. But at the same time, what they also need a healthy squad, and then they need some continuity. They need something to build off of, some kind of solid ground. We don't need to shake up the coaching tree every freaking season. For the last 4 years, it's been a different coach. We don't need to do that at this point. Keep on with Allegri. See what happens next season. And I know that's not the response. I know that's not what the outcome that enraged fans are gonna want, but that's what's gonna happen. All right, let's continue on. This is something actually I want to touch on yesterday because I was pissed and I was infuriated for the 5 people that watched the ratings video. It infuriated me. It made me very upset, the whole situation around Dybala. And I'm so glad because I put it in there. I actually did the rating. I wanted the real rating. It never got made. But I wanted to talk about Dybala and I forgot because I went on for a half hour about everybody else. Tuno Mercado Web, and thank you to Tuno Mercado Web, points out about Dybala missing in key games over the years. In Juventus' last 4 Champions League knockouts, Paulo Dybala has played 190 minutes out of the 720 total minutes. He played 75 versus Ajax, 103 versus Lyon, not a dang minute against Porto. Obviously, he was injured all season, and he played 12 minutes total against Villareal. And this is in the heat of wanting to get a renewal. Like, no offense, you were supposed to be the guy. Paulo Dybala is supposed to be the guy for Juventus. He's supposed to be the solid ground, the cornerstone that Allegri said he wanted to build this team around. And he has been absolutely invisible. He's been useless. He's done nothing to help. I don't at this point, I don't care that you say that he's injured. I'm sorry. Get freaking healthy. Last year, I gave you a pass. This year, every single time these games popped up, you had a knock, some kind of mysterious injury that whatever did you in. Like, toughen up. I'm not trying to do that freaking. I'm not trying to do the Boy Scout crap, but at the same time, rub some dirt in that shit and get on the field. Go play. It's a tough sport. I understand a lot of people say that for American football. European football is just as tough. Get your ass out there and play the dang game. Otherwise, you don't deserve a penny of your contract or whatever euro, the euro equivalent of a penny is. It's frustrating. At this point, if Dybala, if he's not going to come back, just let him freaking go. I mean, I'll carry him and his gimp leg out of here. I'll load him onto the plane, do whatever it takes. Go to your next club. That's fine. At this point, you are doing nothing for Juventus. You have been useless for the last 2 seasons, going on 4. I mean, honestly, going on 4 if you look at it, the amount of minutes that he played. It's embarrassing. And then to have the kind of the attitude that he has, that he deserves more at this point. I understand why so many fans are done with it. Like, I like Dybala. I think he's got a lot of talent. But it's doing us no freaking good if you're not out there playing on that freaking field. I don't want to see your ass in the stands. I don't want to see you just sitting there doing nothing. All right, that's it. Dybala ran over. That's it. And then we have some more news from Tuno Mercado Web talking about potentially, looking to replace Archer, looking at the line of who Juventus could get in. We talk about right now, a lot of the big stories are about our midfield. Well, this, I think, was Jorginho's agent who was saying, I haven't talked to Juventus, but I know of their interest. Our priority is to renew with Chelsea. Now, I don't know. I mean, this is my take on it. This is not a good sign for Juventus. First off, and I understand. First off, we heard about potentially Zaniolo, and I understand a lot of you guys have your issues with the injuries and all that, but potentially Zaniolo and his agent have found an agreement to end up renewing with the club at Roma. Fine. Now you have this situation where it looks like Jorginho actually wants to renew with Chelsea. So he's open to it. A lot of times I feel like when a player says, usually if a player's angling or if they're okay with leaving, like the Dybala situation. I don't think you've heard rumors and stuff of people saying that Dybala wants to stay, but you haven't heard a lot of that's their priority. He's going to stay, stuff like that. It's been maybe I'm overlooking into this. It could be possible, but right now when I see this, it just seems a lot like Jorginho is not as interested in going to Juventus, returning to Italy right now. If he can stay with Chelsea, he'll stay with Chelsea. And my main issue with this is if you start taking out, we're getting a lot of those top midfield talents potentially getting knocked off the list. Zaniolo, Jorginho. Next thing you know, Milinkovic-Savic, as much as I would love that, I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think that kind of money. And then with the relationship with Lotito, I don't think it's going to happen. And then that means you're got to be all full steam ahead on Pogba and getting the Pogba deal done. So we'll see. We'll see how it continues to develop. Obviously, Gravenberch and other players are out there, but I don't think even a Gravenberch, I don't think a Renato Sanchez for sure are going to be names that are going to do it for you as a fan base. All right, and then the last part that we have news today, Gazzetta dello Sport reported saying that Juventus are leading the race to sign Rudiger on a free transfer. He's a solid defender. My main issue, though, is I know they're saying that. Is Juventus going to overpay for another player? Is Juventus going to pay for this player who, while he's good, they're going to he makes more right now than Matthias de Ligt, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he makes more than him in a contract, and I can't justify paying a second center back as much or more than de Ligt. To me, I think de Ligt has earned it. He deserves it. And if you're going to end up doing that, you're going to have to end up paying de Ligt even more. So is he going to come down? We'll see. But as it stands right now, Rudiger is another option. That'll do it. It's going to be a short show today. Just want to let you know those are the latest updates that we really have when it comes to Juventus and the situation. Management are being cowards right now. They're not going to have comments. They're not going to talk to you about the situation. You're not going to hear a word from them. They're going to go sip some wine and wait till the Salernitana game on Sunday, I guess, or whatever have you. And then we'll see what happens with Dybala. A lot of you all have been done with him for a long time. I might be joining that boat here shortly, and then we'll see about the midfield future. Let me know your thoughts on the topics we talked about. I know we've been an emotional channel here lately, but that's part about being a fan, is that you're frustrated, and you should voice those frustrations, and you should have them heard. And I think it's important, even though I'm sharing the news with you, to just put out those feelings of how we feel, because otherwise, I'm not just a blank canvas. I'm not a cheerleader. That's not my job. I don't get paid. If Agnelli wants to slide in my DMs and wants to toss me a shiny shekel every one or two times a day, I can come on here and tell you about how great our management is and how wonderful everybody's doing and how fantastic it is. Well, right now, it don't feel that fantastic. And I'll be honest, that's the way I feel. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are we too negative for you? Let me know that. You can land-base me as much as you want. Make sure you please like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest updates. Also, make sure you follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram at Bianconeri Zone, and make sure you follow me as well at Justin Sofro on Twitter. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.